What's up everyone? Welcome back. Patrick here. Moving on to the next video, I'm now going to talk about step-up costs. And step-up costs I briefly mentioned in the previous video where we talked about variable versus fixed costs. And I'm going to relate it back to that same example. So let's say that you have a car company and each factory costs you $4.5 million and can produce 500 cars. So before, what we did was we went over the output from 0 to 500 cars. But now we're going to go over that output. So let's say we have number of cars here. And basically, this column now, instead of being a fixed number, it's going to be a range. So from 0 to 500 cars, what's the cost going to be to us for this factory? It's going to be $4.5 million because we're only going to have one factory, right? Each factory costs $4.5 million. And then from the 501st car to the 1000th car, what's our total cost going to be? Well, we got to have the 4 million allocated to these cars plus another 4.5 million for the next 500. So our total costs now are going to be 9 million. Right? And then from the 1001st car to 1500 cars, it's basically going to be 13.5 million, right? Just keeps going up by 4.5 million because we got to keep adding a factory. And then from 1501 to 2000, it's going to cost us what? 18 million, right? Let's just leave it at that. Right? So your fixed costs, remember these are fixed costs. This was the fixed cost example that we went over in the previous video. Your fixed costs can go up as the output goes up. So the fixed costs before, they were within a relevant range from 0 to 500. But then as the range changes, your fixed costs can go up. And so if we graph this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up by 500. So this is 500. This is 1000, and we have 1500, and then 2000. So this is the number of cars. And then here's going to be our total cost. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be total cost. And we're going up by 4.5 million. So 4.5, this is in millions. 4.5, we got 9, we got 13.5, and then we have 18. So how is this going to look? Well, up until 500 cars, right, our fixed costs are 4.5 million. But then what's going to happen is at the 501st car, so let's say like over here, up to 1000, our cost is going to be 9 million. And sometimes you may see a line here connecting these two. I don't like to put that because it basically, it's just not mathematically correct. And if anything, at 500, you should be putting a hole there like that, right? Because at 500 cars, we're still at 4.5 million. And then this hole here represents that it's not 9 million for 500, but right after the 500, so the 501st car, it's going to be 9 million. But different textbooks, different profs may just put a line there to represent the connection between the two. And then from 1001 to 1500 is 13.5 million. So that's going to be like here. So I'll put a hole there up to there. And then from 1501 to 2000, our total cost is 18 million because we have 4 factories at that point. So that's going to be like that. So notice how this pattern here represents a step pattern. So if we connect these with like a dotted line, right, it's like steps. That's where these step-up costs, that's where the definition comes from, right? So it's basically fixed costs within certain range. And usually the fixed costs are going up as those ranges, as that output increases.